Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another video. This is going to be the video that I told you guys I would record, which is an update on my physique and my reverse diet and all that stuff for the last like month or 3 weeks or something. I can't remember when the show was, but yeah, I'm gonna update you guys, so stay tuned. Getting a slight Saturday prep in. We have got farm to family ground turkey, and it doesn't actually tell you like the percentages, but if you look on the back, this is 98.2. It won't focus. Oh, yep, here we go. It's 98.2. So 2 grams of fat, 27 grams of protein for 4 ounces. So we're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna do white potatoes because I ran out of sweet potatoes, but these aren't bad either. So I'm gonna bake these up, cook that, and then maybe something else. I don't know. If you want the perfect potatoes, let me just show you. This is what you need to do. You need to slice them up into little like circles and make like little circle fries out of them. So you put salt and pepper on that after you cut them up, and then you place them on the pan and put them in the oven for 20 minutes on 450. Trust me, I'm changing your life right now. This is my turkey with the taco seasoning. This is like the top of it. You guys already saw it in the last video. I'm gonna show you guys again. That's that, and then I'm gonna eat those later. I've just decided to start boiling my eggs because I'm tired of one specific way to eat eggs, and I can only eat egg whites today. Again, that's where we're at. So this is my physique right now. We'll just go over it, and then I'll let you guys know what's going on. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Looking back on that footage, I actually look a lot better than I thought I did, so that's good. About the reverse diet. Kind of need to eat right now, so I'm going to talk to you guys while I'm preparing my food, but the reverse diet so far has been kind of horrible. The first 2 weeks of it were horrible. Like, I tried to stay on track. I tried to, like, I don't know. I tried to go up really slowly in the increments that I went down. Not as slow, but every 2 weeks, like, up my calories. So the first week I was at like 1420 for calories, which if anyone that's watching competes or just counts their calories, they know that 1420 is very low. My maintenance is at like 21 something. So I was at 1350 at my end macros before the show. So I went back up to the macro count that I was at for my Savannah show. And here's where I messed up, because I just didn't realize that I was gonna be that hard to stay on track. That first week and a half, I had no self-control. And it wasn't that I was eating a whole bunch of junk. It was just that I was overeating so much. And it wasn't a binge. I don't want to make it seem like I was binge eating, but I was in a very weird place in my mind. I couldn't stay on track. Like, because I didn't have a show, it was like my mind was like, no, like you're not controlling this. Like, I want to eat, I'm hungry, you're going to eat more. So I was just eating constantly. All I could think about was food. I was in a very low place. Like, I couldn't think. Like, I was just like, I would eat and I would do well in the beginning of the day because I was like, it's a new day, I can stay on track, I'm gonna do it. And then middle of the day, I was like, I'm ravenously hungry and I need to eat. So I would just eat. Like, I don't even know, it was ridiculous. And I knew in my mind that all I need to do was just up my calories, but I, for some reason, like, was so stuck on my original plan. I was like, I know I have the self-control to stay on this. I stayed on these calories for 2 weeks for the show, for my pro card show. So I knew I had the self-discipline, but I was like, I only have to be on this for 2 weeks. Like, why can't you just stay on track? So I forced myself to stay on those calories for 2 weeks, which I know was not a good idea. I should have just upped my calories right then and there. But I was just so mad at myself. I don't know. So I was like forcibly trying to like eat at those calories, and I continued to eat and like overeat, and it was a hot mess. So I was like beating myself up about it a lot. I would cry about it. It was like, I am failing right now. And I'm telling you guys this because a lot of people don't talk about this. And I told you guys when I first started this little like reverse diet thing that I would tell you guys what I was doing and how I was feeling and stuff, because it's a lot to come out of a competition and you don't have like a set date to like cut down or whatever. So like you lose all that self-control that you had because your body is like, okay, now that you're not like forcing me to do this, I'm taking over. Like that's just how I felt like it was happening for me. I had like a friend, like other people who were struggling with it too. We would just talk to each other. Like it was like, dude, like I can't stay on track. Like I'm freaking out right now. I'm like crying, eating a whole bunch of food for no reason. Like this is not me. Like I don't have these, like this is just not, it was bad. So then after that first 2 weeks, I decided to up my calories like my original plan was. And I noticed that I wasn't having as many cravings. I was able to stay on track a little more. I'm still on the second raise from the show. And I will up my calories again tomorrow. But I was doing good at the beginning last week and towards the end of the week, because I always give myself, like, I'm starting to give myself cheat meals on Saturdays and just kind of be a little less strict, I guess, on Saturdays. I'm noticing that I have self-control for the most part until about Friday, and then I start overeating or I get too hungry because I'm also on this strength program, which is taking a lot out of me. I'm lifting heavy most of the week, and then I have like hypertrophy work 2 times a week, so I'm still working out 5 days a week. It's just a lot more on my body now that I'm doing my strength program, so I'm even more hungry than I was before. But I did notice that once I got up in calories, I was doing a little bit better. I wasn't feeling like I needed to constantly eat. Food wasn't always on my mind like it was the first 2 weeks, but it is like something that my day revolves around, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I know that's not really necessarily a good thing, but that's just how it's been. So we're gonna see how the next 2 weeks goes, and I'll be closer to my maintenance at that point. So we'll see how my body reacts to that. But it's been a little crazy, and it's like I will overeat and then I'll weigh myself the next morning and I'll be freaking out thinking that I've like gained a whole bunch of weight, and then it'll be like less weight or something, or it'll be like the same way I was the other day. So I'm like, oh, I'm fine, and then overeat again, and then repeat that cycle. So I'm trying to kind of get out of that mindset. And it's not that I'm like worried about gaining weight. It's not that I don't want to gain weight. It's just that I don't want to gain unnecessary weight, because I do know that I will be competing again. So I don't want to have to make that prep harder than it needs to be by just gaining a whole bunch of weight after this one. So yeah, so just to quickly summarize, the first 2 weeks were horrible. I was out of my mind. I was struggling a lot. I have a lot of personal life stuff going on. So it was just like, it was really difficult, especially knowing that I do have the self-control to go through an entire prep. So reverse dieting out of one and it being this hard was a lot for me, because I've never reverse dieted out of a show. The other 2 shows that I did last season or whatever, I didn't reverse diet out of those. I only had problems coming out of the first one. The second one I did a reverse diet out of, and I was perfectly fine, because I also started the same strength program I am on now then. So I was eating and I was totally fine. But just trying to control your way out of something like that is a lot. So I'm just gonna kind of try to keep going and try not to beat myself up so much about food, because I don't want to build that type of relationship with food. I've never had that. I don't want to start now. So yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't know if I was like saying words that didn't really make sense, but I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps somebody by seeing that I also struggle a lot. So yeah, so for the rest of the day, I will just be working and studying. Another update in my life is that I do have my certification exam on Thursday. Kind of freaking out. So I'll just be studying all week for that, and working and, you know, doing the everyday deeds of my life. I hope you guys enjoy. This is probably gonna be a really short video. I was thinking about adding another workout, but if you do want to see a workout, I did post my workout of the week in the video before this, and it was really good. So you guys can check that out if you haven't already. Just comment below if you guys want to see anything specific. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in my next video.